Did you? Oh no, I need to reconnect my Twitch to my Vinyan. They changed my password. Oh no. Hey, does it work now? Man. Yeah. Who knows? Howie. I was feeling very tired, but now I feel a bit better. I had a really fun time this weekend because I watched the Hololive concert. It was really cool. It was their 4th one. I missed all the other ones, but who cares? This one was great. I liked it. I don't know if I can justify spending that $100 or so for it. It's once a year. My blurp's not working either. My blurb. I told you not to log out of my Twitch. No. Wait, it is connected. What the fuck? What? Check browser source. Fine, I'll copy the browser link again. And... imagine testing these things. Why? Why won't you work? Why'd that work? What happened to all my sounds? This is upsetting. This is truly upsetting.
I can make one sound.
Ow! This fucking bitch. How many sync with Twitch. Sync with Twitch rewards. Thank you. Please play the Uru sound.
Uru?
Yay! I fixed it. Do my other redeems work? Does this work? I didn't see the hip hat. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Anyway. The roll works. Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Do tickles work?
Yeah, tickles work.
Do they?
They work. Stop. Ah! Yeah. Hi guys. Hi Long. Hi Nip. Oh Long, did you watch the Serendipity concert? Or did you skip that one? Because it was really fucking good. Second day preview was actually really good. I highly recommend watching it. Because it was really good. That's all I gotta say. It was gay as hell. It was gay as hell. it was great. I greatly enjoyed it, even though I wasn't like part of any like kind of group or like watching it with anyone. Even just by myself, it was great. I liked it. The sets were good. Yeah, first day, sure, I got kissed twice. Apparently it's to make up for last year where she didn't. And then the year before that, she only got one. So, you know, very jealous. So jealous. But, yeah. Maybe I'll take a look at it next year as well. I liked it a lot. Bangers of songs that are coming out. And really good medleys. Anyway. Yeah, I watched the full concert. I have the tickets. I have the tickets for them. It was great. I'm waiting for the stream VODs to be available for me to like watch them again. So because at some points I was kind of distracted or like had to go do something else while the stream was going. So yeah. It wasn't. So fucking Kiara and Bibu doing 6-7 so hard they caused the screen to crash and the microphone to die. And they had technical difficulties for like over 5 minutes. And just watching the crowd do like a Mexican wave and shit with their little pen lights. It's gonna be mean forever. It's really funny for free preview because no one knows. There's actually some video clips circulating around of that incident, but oh, what gives away his motives? I swear I had the answer in this bouquet of flowers, but apparently not. Maybe I could try it. Yeah, let's save. I will present that. Yeah, I can just present this. Yeah. I realize that I'm a foreigner in this land, and I've only just arrived from Japan. Which is why all this information about London's so-called bobbies is completely new to me. I've learnt that, though honourable, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. For example, heh, boobies. Give me the priest, looking after the citizens on his beat in all kinds of ways. There's no doubt that the young Bobby is charged with a great deal to do each day, certainly. You know, it took me way too long to realize that his surname is literally just the beat, like his fucking patrol. But for Console Beat, the day in question was special. Special? How? On account of this bouquet. You're so fucking dumb. Yeah. Yeah, I am so fucking dumb. Oh god, how did they... I don't know why I'm freezing up on trying to do an Essex accent for this woman. Oh yes, it was our very first wedding anniversary. I did I have it too much? Probably. I have to make sure that I don't close my mouth when I'm talking like them. That's not the voice. Constable Beat had worked so hard to be able to afford this simple gift for his wife, and was so looking forward to taking her out for a celebratory meal. She's a whole ass bitch. Hold on. When he and Mrs. Beat stumbled upon a crime along Briar Road. I don't know who's talking. I think it's still Zax. When he saw that shadowy figure through the fog collapse on the pavement ahead of them. That aura, yeah. Oh, I think it's Naruhodo. What must have gone through that man's mind? But sir, it's just that one particular day I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat put up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. Open the call record, does it say? Oh wait, history, you're right. Yeah, it was Zax. Wait, maybe? Fuck. I want to show my dear wife how much I can. This is the warrant card Constable Bean offered to lend to me earlier. Inside, among the rules of patrolling policemen, it says, for patrolling policemen, it says, when a crime is discovered on his beat, a policeman must assist with the initial investigations and help detectives. Aha! Constable Beat. Is that or is that not the reason why you moved the whole scene of the crime that day? Yes. Everything you said, it's all right. You must kill this guy. So that's it. It was all to do with the boundary of your beat. Oh. Exactly. To summarize, this isn't even perjury anymore, it's just terrible crazy it is. The incident actually occurred on the Constable Beat's beat. Constable Beat's beat. Good gracious. Constable, do you realize the gravity of what you have done? It was the first time since I became a copper that I'd ever cursed God. That I ever... Stay close to me, Pat. The criminal could be lurking anywhere, lurking somewhere. As we ran over to the scene, I had every intention of doing my duty as a police officer. We've got to report this to the station as quickly as possible. But then it dawned on me. I realised where we were, where the victim was lying, and it was meant that, and what that meant for me. When a crime is discovered on his beat, the policeman must assist with initial investigations and help detectives. Why here? Why did it have to happen here? Why tonight of all nights? How dare she get stabbed on my beat? This fucking bitch. How fucking dare she? So the beat's probably like a whole block, but like it's split down the middle. This one in particular is split down the middle of Briar Road. So she was on his side of the road, so he moved her to the other side. So this brown tree is like, no, it's not mine. Why? Why they gotta do this to me? It's a copper's job to guard the scene of the crime, so I told Pat she'd have to go to the nearest police box and fetch whoever was on duty there. But then, when I opened my mouth to speak, it just came out. I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my own mouth. This is the next beat to mine, Pat. So I'll have you go to the police box that covers it, turn right along Measham Street, and then... Reminds me of that bit in Underbelly where they push the dead sex worker down the stairs. So is that an episode that... I feel like I've seen that one. But I haven't watched all of Underbelly. Yeah, I have, yeah. That's fucked. That's fucked up. Should force you to watch more. Sure. Okay. Be safe. Bye-bye. Important business. Good luck. I'm really so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, Constable. I just wanted just that one night take my Patricia out for dinner. Goddamn. She's not saying enough for me to get into the accent properly. Oh, Raleigh. Just that one night. You knew that if the incident was on your beat, your evening of celebration would be ruined. He needs to go home and fuck his wife, yeah. And so you decided to move the entire crime scene outside your jurisdiction. Just across the street, to the east pavement of Briar Road, which falls under the neighboring beat's care. Repeatedly. I don't think Bro got the energy for repeatedly. Well, you see, I thought, unless he's into that shit. Look at her. She'll do all the... She absolutely would. She's like, oh, my poor Bobby. Let me do all the work for you. That ain't it. That ain't it at all. Gotta go more cockney and then put less effort into closing my mouth when I speak. Show my teeth. Show my teeth. Yeah? Is that it? Is that how you do it? It's helping, is it? Oh, Raleigh, I'm gonna have to take you to bed myself. Fuck, it's not working. It's not.
It did work.
What is it? Do they say ma instead of my? Gotta push a Cockney accent through my teeth. Valaga accent is easier. Oh my god, it so is. This is funny. What? I was sure the victim was dead, you see. I beg your pardon? Oh, of course it did. No, that's not it either. Too much tongue. I'm putting too much tongue into this. Putting too much tongue in my S accent. This is difficult. This is difficult. Essex is difficult. The fucking Toei accent. Otherwise, my Rolly would have never left that poor woman freezing on the pavement. Hey, don't call me out like this. Yes. Ah, I see your meaning now. What do you mean? What do you mean you see it now? But God got me back for my sins, didn't he? That's why I missed the rose I brought for Pat. Oh no, Rolly, that was all my fault. But I'm pushing it too, Scotty. How close is Essex to Scotland? Ay, fuck. Essex. I can't do Scottish. I'm really bad at it. Can you be more aggressive? That was all my fault. Make her half angry at everyone. What's my model doing? Why are you doing this to me? What are you doing? Stop. Oh, it's you, is it?
No, I only just started.
Oh. Ah. Gotta get control of this, this strange body I have. Make it half angry. Oh no, Rolly. Nah, that's too late. That's too late. No. If I get angry, I get deeper. What are you talking about? How do I do this?
You need to practice that.
I should never drop that in such a dark place. I'm so sorry, Rolly. If I tie you up, would it be easier to control? Try a bratty voice? Bratty? Maybe? And can you tell us, Constable? How many books did you move from one side of the road to the other in total? Oh, 4 it was, yes, definitely 4. 3 of them dropped by Mr. Natsume, and the 4th being the one that fell from the window upstairs in the Garadip household, of course. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand? When all the others were scattered haphazardly around, I mean. Oh, well, so that's because that's how I found it. How you found it? What do you mean? Well, we first ran over to the scene. The victim was already holding the book. So when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand. You're sure it was this book, The Lion's Pride, that the victim was holding? Oh yes, sir. No doubt about it, sir. Interesting. It's been updated. I thought this case was closed already. I thought it was an open shop case at the time, you see. But there were only two people at the scene. Pat and me saw it both. They both saw it happen. However, which way you look at it, had to be a fellow who ran off who'd done it, I thought. So there were 4 people. No witnesses, just 4 people. The case just turned 180 because of this guy. This sounds so normal for Phoenix, right? Every time, like, from now on, every time I get into a case, I'm just gonna be like, okay, what fucking stupid thing is gonna happen that's just gonna be like, it wasn't actually my defendant who was guilty. Couldn't see the harm in it, really. I didn't think moving it all over the road would make a jot of difference. I suppose this is it for me, no? I've had it. My lord. Yes, Lord Van Zax. You gonna throw another bottle? I believe that concludes the cross-examination of the witnesses. Are we gonna get the super flamboyant person from before? The really... like the super NB person that we saw before? Yeah, why does he get to see what I've done? What the hell? Constable, you may withdraw. No, the judge can say when it's done. Or I can say when I'm done. I wasn't done. Yes, sir. How do I do a bratty voice? I'm not a brat. Honey, how do you do a bratty voice?
I don't know. How do I sound?
I feel like anything I say will get me in trouble.
Yeah, honey. Imitate me.
Yeah, imitate you. It's just fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. How? I'm not a chameleon like Liz. Look, asked a forbidden question. She's just staring at me. This is scary.
Come on.
I don't know how to mimic your voice. I feel like your voice is like, how do I? But she's so meek. Brats aren't meek. Brats are bitches. Like, it's just, she's got such a meek line right now.
She's just faking.
Prosecutor sir. I need help.
Wow,
Oh my
you guys sound
god.
like?
No,
Wow.
that's not what you sound like at all. I'm just doing a
Wow.
I'm just see. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do. Will it be my Raleigh? What will happen to him? For now, you are free to go home. The police will contact you in due course. Good chat, just trying to get you in the doghouse. Damn. I did nothing here, right? Please don't punish my husband. This was all my fault. It's because I'm always moaning at him. Oh my goodness. I'm always moaning at him for coming home late. This is just a really whiny Valley Girl accent now.
You just default to Valley Girl.
I just default to Valley Girl for her. I can't stop doing a Valley Girl for her. Leave it now, Pat. Let's go home. I'm tired. Alright then, my love. One last thing, Constable. That's why you have to go obnoxiously high. Ah, true. So? Let this be a lesson to you. In a criminal investigation, every detail matters, however insignificant it may seem to you. So next time you tamper with a scene of the crime, do it properly. Bro is not gonna be a beat anymore. He needs to, yeah, he needs to go to jail. So mistrial, right? Yeah. Yes, sir. Carve that lesson in your mind, for you will only get administrative leave for a week. And never again make the mistake of tampering with the scene of the crime incorrectly by leaving shit behind. Huh? Never again, sir? You mean to say... Leave, now. This trial is not yet over, and I will send to the Scotland Yard that you are still a reputable policeman, despite the fact that you tampered with a crime scene and messed up this entire trial. It's not a crime if they don't find the no body, no crime, no body, no fucking hell. Sir. It's not a crime if it wasn't in my street. Well, quite a startling revelation, I must say. So I declare this a mistrial, please. However, whoever thought of a third party transplanting the entire scene of the crime like that? He would have never got found out if he wasn't on the stand. He never would have got found out if, like, his wife wasn't a fuckhead and dropped a rose. Indeed, my lord. Nevertheless, there are some immutable facts here. Principally, that this is a mistrial and we should do this another day. However, the plot demands that we do a trial in one day. I read this sentence in my head and I hate it already. That the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is the only person who could possibly have committed this crime, aside from the fact that we know that the knife is Mr. Garadeb's and it came from the fucking window. I want to throttle this guy. I want to just take his fucking stupid pale ass neck. Just. Objection. No, I disagree. Now that we know the true scene of the true scene of the incident, there is someone else. Another person who could be responsible for the knife in the victim's back. Forgive me for being presumptuous, but I believe the prosecution is probably well aware of this possibility already. Lord Van Zax, is this true? Very well. Name the person if you will, and if further investigation is warranted. The prosecution has no objection to the trial continuing. I don't want this trial to continue anymore, because I don't need this. You don't name this other person who could have been blah blah blah. This fucking stupid bitch. Take that! The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord. Once again? My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Miss Joan Garadab. Me? Oh dearie me.
Objection!
What are you objecting for? That request has already been denied.
Objection!
I object. But the situation is very different now. Mrs. Garadab, answer me this. What do you want from me, you little toad? At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garadab. Oh my god, it's Jonathan. In the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks over Briar Road. Well, what of it? I'm just throwing every accent at her right now. Cannot remember what I gave her. You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the top hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we now know to be the true scene of the incident. Yes, and as I said, what of it? During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Mrs. Garadab. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before? Oh, my cheeks are so jiggly. Yeah, stunned silence. I don't recall it. Seriously? You're gonna lie right now to me? Ow, I cramped my arm. Ow. Scratch the back. That's better. Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? And anyway, the man over there in all that regalia said members of the jury needn't testify, didn't he? Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
You don't need to shout objection just because I said conveniently yes. Oh. No, I have no recollection of saying that at all, juror number 4. Oh. Make no mistake, you jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process. This is why the jury needs to be people that are not related to this case whatsoever. Like, you can't be a witness. You can't be someone who's just around the place at the time. You can't be the fucking landlord of the accused. It's because of this shit. If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out. But that's just a common garden knife. It could have been from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know? What's that? Hey, what was this guy's voice again? Are you joking? What are you saying, please, Mrs. Garadab? There are only 5 people in England. Oh, are you joking? Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I'd injure someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it, except my husband, who I will assault relentlessly because I hate him so. Come on, bitch. You can't have it both ways. Oh, that poor woman. The poor woman. So, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence if you're going to insist this being my fault. Right, sister. Poor woman, my ass. Look at her. Lying bitch. Oh, maybe she was saying poor woman isn't the victim. But I doubt that. They wouldn't be so well written. You're going to have to prove to me that I threw that knife, if that's what you think. Come along now. Chop chop. Do your worst. Oh, well. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? If I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already. Then take the stand, juror. Oh my god, he's on our side on this. Crazy. Oh. The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman. My god, Van Zek's actually being cool for like 2 seconds. Thank you, Lord Van Zex. I'm going to have to testify. Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate, having observed it with your own eyes today. Let's see how long this lasts. Witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witnesses themselves may not even have been aware. Oh dearie me. I feel like at this point you just admit it. Just admit it so I don't have to rip you. So I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Mrs. Garadab. And mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth. There has not been a single unadulterated fucking testimony this entire game. And sex was a misunderstood cinnamon roll this whole time. Do you concur, counsels? Certainly, my lord. Cinnamon rolls don't throw wine bottles and glasses. Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. So dramatic. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. Wait, what? I'm here in the Old Bailey. I'm a lawyer. What? Oh my god, I convinced them to bring a juror to the stand. I'm a lawyer! Witness, state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Joan Garadeb. And I'm, well, I'm a juror and such like. Sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. The court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case. Do you understand? Do you understand, madam? Yes, my lord. You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on the evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth. Dearie me. What are you gonna do, kill her? It's probably her husband. I'm willing to bet. So... Chin up, Joan. Nothing to worry about now. Oh, I didn't know you were here, John. What the fuck is that face? Wasn't it you in the room that day, old thing? Was it? What? Wasn't only you in the room that day. Yeah, there we go. Brain. Rather think I ought to testify as well, don't you? But what about your knee, dear? Don't you worry about that. Hardly noticed it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone. Oh, John. No. I presume you are Mr. John Garadab. Why are you in my stand without being announced? Yes, sir. Former 2nd Lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Seen my fair share of action, and now living the quiet life, as it were. Do you even let him in? Yeah, what the fuck? The quiet life. He was a witness before? But he was never brought to the stand. But still, he shouldn't be on the stand without someone, like, bringing him to the stand. The quiet life. Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the day in question? Oh, well, yes, quite. I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court. Into the scene like a mouth. Who even brought you here? That's me every time I see like shit in a Marvel movie. Like, someone just shows up, I'm like, what the fuck? Calling a juror to witness the witness stand is unprecedented. It's as if you should have jurors who are not actually related to anything. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question. Sir, at once. Wife said this earlier, I think, that they shot shit out of a cannon. I still think the cannon is relevant. The Battle of Garadab, what the Yes, on the day you are referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now. Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out though, and got the window open. Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him. Plenty of knives at our place. Can't say I'd notice if 1 or 2 went missing, I'm afraid. If that Wally thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, you will have a job proving it, I think. It sounds as though that was quite the battlefield in your household that evening. Although, an entirely one-sided assault, it seems. Are we all going to be making military puns now? The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. I had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we'd have been toast. Looks like better join in. Of course, a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield, you're just a gnat's whisker away from death at any moment. And a gnat's whisker away from PTSD. Are we still talking about the marital quarrel here? Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife. In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end. I haven't even started yet, bro. Shut up. The hell? That 6 may well be right. Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I'm afraid so. Very well, Counsel. Begin your cross-examination. Ah. Press! Hold it! The reason is what you told us yesterday, I believe. Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked into the pages of a book belonging to Mr. Garridan. A rather passionate note, in fact. But Mrs. Garridan found the note, discovering her husband's little secret. And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it too. Don't sound so triumphant. This is still domestic abuse, Susato. What a sordid state of affairs. I'm not even going to question the validity of your statement, despite the fact that you're trying to find lies out of them. Hell on earth. Damn, she found him cheating. Girls getting excited by marital abuse. Yeah, what the fuck? I say, when a chap says he can't recall such things, it's common decency not to drag it all up. And besides, half of it was wide of the mark anyway. A likely story. That's a likely story indeed. These waters run very deep. And what transpired next after these multiple blows to the face? Yes. And the fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it? The bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine really. Just so happens there was some bath water around that evening, so I sloshed that about to put it out. A most precarious situation you put yourself in. Do the wonders never cease of the judge just not shutting the fuck up? Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street, where the water main isn't connected yet. Have to draw water from the public water pump during the day, if you need any, you see. And the lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although, that little mustached Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe. The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean? Yes. He receives a stipend for his studies, you know, from his home country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off. Have you actually seen the state of the man? I believe he uses all his income to buy books. Well, anyway, the point is I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough.
Hold it!
You're a real great maid. Even though the room is on fire? As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw. Or a thought. Stop being stupid. Get anger management. Go to couples therapy. Throw shit. Ah! That is most certainly not true of a Susato takedown, Mr. No. What? Did I miss something? Oh. How did she know I was thinking that? So, please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was the knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day? In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Sure. Let's see. Let me see. Some bread, a cabbage, garlic, a towel, then a sponge, a napkin.
Excuse me!
Excuse me. Do you have something to add, sir? Mr. Garadeb. Don't shoot. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon. Did your wife's remarks just now bring something to mind? Nothing of any significance, no. Just that barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction was somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and a fire poker, I seem to recall. Ouch. What? Good grief, woman. We're not at home now. This is the court of law. Just domestic abuse outside. And the woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit with every bullet. Ashy tea. Oh, it'll really bring out that smoky flavor. I like the smoky tea though. It's kind of nice. There's one that tastes like a bushfire. It's kind of neat. Oh dearie me. Ever so sorry, dear. What's she even doing with a teapot in here? Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously. Well, take a look at this then. How do you suppose that happened, Your pipe, sir? I had this thing in my hands as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did. Yes. He's just gonna drink the tea out of it, I guess. And when I went to pick up the thing, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage. I see, your pipe was broken. And it would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh, thanks. Anyway, I managed to bandage up the thing Bandage the thing up for now. You are one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear? I wonder what she make of this account. It's something important. Please show me your pipe, as we will see that it has been cut clean through with a knife. The defense believes Mr. Garradeb's remarks just now to be of great significance.
Objection!
This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes as well as hearts may be broken. Shut the fuck up. Sentimental wisdom perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to a formal testimony. Indeed, common sense, one might say. Might one? In that case, would you permit us to examine the pipe, sir? Well, I don't see why not. Oh dearie me, there you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady. Yep. Very well. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence. Pipes we entered into the court record. Yay! You're already speaking out of turn, shut up. Bro. Nah, bro. How do you repair a pipe and not notice that the end of a fucking knife is in it? Oh, they're done. They're cooked. They're fucking cooked, man. Oh, something twinkling inside the chamber of the pipe there. Yes, I saw it. Something stuck in there, I think. Thanks, Susato. Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What's this? It's a tiny fragment of metal. It looks like the tip of a blade or something. The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. It couldn't be, guys. That's crazy. How could it possibly be that? Nice. This is too much. Maybe I can take it apart. Looks to be in a sorry state with that bandage around it, doesn't it? But for some reason it feels slightly ominous to me, like it's trying to shout out a warning. Probably because it's the same blue as Mr. Garradeb's dressing gown. I suppose it must have considerable sentimental value to Mr. Garradeb, given that he's gone to the trouble of repairing it like this. Either that or he can't afford to replace it. Oof, dude! It's Colin's man old. Not Paul. Not old. This is a tiny piece of metal we found in the chamber of Mr. Garradeb's pipe. Okay, fine. We already said this. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? I don't really know. It's just something new. That is a word that I have not said in a long time. Niggling at me. Niggling me. But I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Perhaps, in that case, it would be wise to examine some other pieces of evidence again. Thanks, Susato. I didn't think of that to begin with. Wow, that would be crazy if I was to examine this knife and go, oops, the tip is gone. Small piece of blade piece to be missing. Wait, part of it's missing? I could be wrong, but I've just got a feeling. You remember this? Ah, that's... That's the tiny fragment of metal we found inside Mr. Garrett's pipe. Hola, soy Dora. Can you say knife tip? Yes, just maybe. Oh my, it's a perfect fit. Somehow I just knew it. Can I just present this now, or do I have to like talk to them? I hope I didn't speak out of turn. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down. No, it's fine. Thanks to Susato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully, which I've already done. I'm way ahead of you, Naruhodo. Well, thank you for that rebuttal, Mr. Garrett. Now, if we could return to the crux of the matter. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim? Can I just skip, like, pressing him, or can I just show him the knife? Also, if it's in court evidence, why do you have your pipe back?
Hold it!
Sorry, would you care to elaborate? Nothing to say, really. Rather partial to a spot of carving, you see. Pipes and whatnot, fishing tackle, you know the sort of thing. It's a passion we both share. I like to carve little wooden trinkets too. And then there's my leatherwork. Sorry to say, we're always losing knives about the place. We have a dozen of these things. They sell them at the market sometimes, 20 for the price of 19. Needless to say, I snap them up. John prefers to use 2 knives at meal times too, instead of a knife and fork. Bro, what? That reminds me. That reminds me I've used 2 knives as chopsticks when I didn't have chopsticks on hand. It was a very interesting experience. Now, Joe. Here we go again with the scoldings. Why are they being so evasive? I imagine it's because they don't want to believe it. They can't bear the thought that it might have been one of their knives that injured the victim. Well, they already know, and they're just hiding it. You know, like last time. Which is entirely understandable, of course, but still. Go on with your testimony, witnesses. So, why is he getting salutes? The witness would never lie. So you have no intention of admitting that it was your knife, unless we produce proof. Even though there is no other credible possibility if Mr. Natsume is innocent.
Objection!
You forget, my Nipponese friend, that it has yet to be established that the accused is not responsible of the attack.
Buddy, come on. Come on. Tampering with the scene of the crime already kind of invalidates everything. Yeah, it should. This should be a mistrial. We should just like go find more evidence, blah blah blah. And then as if I could forget. If only there was some way to know someone handled the knife. I suppose wizardry like that is just a dream. Perhaps you're thinking of fingerprinting, Mr. Naruhodo. What? You mean it's not a dream? That sort of wizardry really exists? Yeah, like... Sherlock Holmes did it, like, a few months ago. Whenever people touch anything, they leave behind a unique pattern from their skin, or so they say. But I can't see anything.
There are already countries in the world where these so-called fingerprints can be used as evidence.
Wait, when did fingerprinting become a thing? Became a... what? $1892. Is that when it became like formally introduced into like as evidence stuff, like as forensic shit? Or is that when they started like discovering they could do it? 1892, first fingerprint conviction. The Bengal police in India secured what is widely considered the first formal court conviction using fingerprinting. Oh. Okay. So we're way off in terms of this timeline, though this is like weird steampunk future Britain.
Lord Strongheart is currently discussing the matter at the Ministry of Justice.
Yay! Fingerprints!
Yes, I believe we are rapidly approaching an era of scientific methods and investigation.
Sorry, wrong case. Oh, 1892 Argentina, the first murder solved. Investigator Juan Buchite identified a bloody fingerprint on a door at a crime scene in Argentina. The print belonged to Francisca Rojas, who murdered her 2 children and tried to blame a neighbor. Confronted with the print, she confessed, making the first successful use of fingerprints in a matter of... Okay. This world has an 8-year-old girl who paid half rent with a 38-year-old man. Yeah. Yeah. I still can't get over that. I still think that's so silly. It's just yeah.
Silly, not disturbing.
Look, it's very disturbing. But like the way they portray it is so... It's so weird. But for now, we shall have to find an alternative method of proving our assertion. I can't read. That this knife found in the victim's back was originally in Mr. and Mrs. Garrett's house.
If only I could transplant this whole incident to several years in the future.
You mean, and then we brush it, and then there's like 10 million fingerprints on it because no one wears gloves. That's the extent of the testimony, is it? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I think we've heard all of this before, to be honest. I can't say I'm particularly confident that we'll be able to prove anything new from this testimony. But in this cross-examination, it's absolutely essential that we establish how this knife came to be at the scene of the crime. Incident. Why did I say incident? It's the scene of a crime. Yes, I know.
He's not dead.
Yeah, an assault is a crime.
Until you know what the actual crime is, if she dies instead.
Fuck, I didn't read it. I'm sure both of them are feeling very worried. Worried that it is in fact the knife belonging to one of them that caused the victim's injury. You can even find a tiny shred of evidence to support that theory. We already found it. It would be a cinch it would clinch this trial for us. It would explain everything. Yes, it would. So, for Soseki-san's sake, we must. We must find that last crucial piece of evidence, which we already have. You know, some games will be like, oh, you already found it. Like, here, do the thing. But no, not here. Habit. Habit. Do the whole bolly thing properly.
Objection.
There you go. Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please? You can ask, but I can't see a bolly thing. You can't? You used to call me Dead-Eye Deb back in the regiment, of course. That was some time ago now. Even when I was trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days. I struggled to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q, to be honest. Oh, he does. Dearie me, it's rather wearing being asked about every other letter in every other word. We'll have glasses. You must be very dizzy. Dizzy? Bruh. Is that it? A tiny scrap of metal? Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. And what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence. I just noticed that Fansex also has a sword. I just didn't notice this whole time. I was so focused on him just like breaking glasses and throwing bottles. And where did the defense come by this evidence? Bad sword girl, where? I can only see this weird pommel. It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe. My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how it got there.
And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Council? Are you suggesting that in some way in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road?
This really is that? I am.
What?
When put together with another piece of evidence already in the core record, I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord. Can we just bring out the knife already? Please. Please. Ah!
You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well then, present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence when paired with this metal blah 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 blah.
My sleeve. My sleeve. Look at that. Actually, no, that's not it. Too bad. Surprise third twist that changed the trial.
Do you guys ever explain yourself?
Sorry, I was just thinking to myself. And it sort of slipped out.
Here in Great Britain, sir, gentlemen keep their thoughts to themselves unless they have violent outbursts in which they will tell us everything. And bite their cane. And throw shit.
Haha, yes, of course. We do in the Empire of Japan as well, usually too.
Then you shouldn't mind paying the price for shocking the court with that ludicrous outburst.
Shocking the court? You didn't even raise an eyebrow. Also, you're shocking the court constantly by throwing shit at them.
Yeah, but he apologized.
No, he doesn't. He stopped apologizing after the fucking second... After the first bottle and after like the third glass. We should be able to prove what this fragment of metal really is. The answer is in the core or somewhere. I'm quite sure. I looked in there. What do you mean? It's part of my sleeve. Oh, we've only got 3 strikes left. Oh no, what could it possibly be? This is a knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there is a small piece at the tip of the blade that is missing.
A common issue with inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets. Criminals who use them regularly leave tips lodged in their victims' bones.
And what if this particular knife?
No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection!
No, it's not. Nope, that's not the case. The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garradeb's pipe. Ugh, gave him a heart attack. Good grief, Lord Van Sex.
I don't believe it. Massacre. The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match.
It's so dramatic.
No, nani?
Ora. Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery? Bro.
And he's a witch.
Nani the fuck?
This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle.
What the fuck is this, bro? A miracle.
This is basic investigation.
A miracle. So Van Sex has figured it out, has he? Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence and what do you fucking want me to do? What? Yes, my lord, the crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garradeb's pipe? It's because it was thrown at him and then it broke in his pipe when it like hit the floor, but the knife kept going out the window and then stabbed her. Solved it. That is something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony.
I had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did. Yes. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid.
Oh wow. Look at that jiggle.
He's just trying to get us to do a bigger segment.
Yeah, it's second monitor bait. Oh, dearie me. During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garradeb flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed
missed Mr. Garradeb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time. Which caused the tip to break off, of course. Good lord, why is the prosecution helping the defense finish their sentences? Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garradeb's pipe. The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1. And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended in your pipe. Okay. This feels like when the trial should end with us, like, putting the Garradebs in some sort of jail. For... It's not manslaughter because she's not dead. I don't know, some sort of assault thing. But I really want to know how the flamboyant person is gonna appear in this. Aggravated assault. I want to know how the really flamboyant person is gonna appear in this court, because there must be something here that's gonna fuck with it. Then they're gonna have to appear. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garradeb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back down on the street below. Oh gosh, oh dear, oh no!
Objection!
Why are you objecting? You agree with me. Oh, he's got his fucking alcohol back.
A full-bodied theory, I'll give you that.
He needs to throw it again. He's gonna break his glass.
A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage.
Are you ready to update the counter? I'm so ready. I'm so ready to update this counter.
Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument.
I'm fairly certain I'm like the first Japanese lawyer you've ever seen in your fucking life. How about you shut up? You racist son of a bitch. Sorry.
But after all, it's just a theory. A
I couldn't get through the joke. I couldn't get through the joke.
A lawyer theory. The bottle, I fear, is corked. For your pleasure. Because you see, it's spoiled by an insurmountable inconsistency.
Oh my god, what could it be? An insurmountable what? Let's wait for the ads. Huh? This is the drama that everyone's been waiting for. Waiting for the half-minute break to end so they can watch it too. And it's done. Lord Van Zex, explain yourself, you stupid motherfucker. What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified? Thank you for this questioning.
An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. Where the knife wasn't really the right knife. I don't know. The victim was found with a knife planted in the middle of her back, as if gravity does not exist and cannot put a knife in someone's back.
Yes, in her... That's right, you silly little man.
Now, Joan, old thing, what are you getting so excited about? Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground.
I'd like to point out that they were busy picking up a book that landed on them, landed in front of them, so they can bend over and then get stabbed in the back. You know, like that thing that happens when you bend over to pick something up. You kind of expose your back upward. No, not a thought.
If the knife that struck her had fallen from above.
Ay vey. To be honest, if this was real court, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah. Wait, what was that setting? Turn this on to enable story mode in place of autoplay, allowing you to progress through the game automatically without having to press any... That's... I understand why that's there.
There is no possible way that it could have been planted itself. It could have planted itself into the victim's back.
Yeah, this is completely broken by facts and logic and some conjecture.
Order!
That's quite right, you see. That's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on the top of the head. Is everyone stupid? Yes. I don't know why I asked that question. Everyone is stupid. Well, he's lost for words. Look, I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place. I don't know though what really happened.
It would appear the defense has made a rather spectacular blunder. What do you mean? I literally said
I said
If a theory has one inconsistency, it cannot stand.
You know, that's why things are called theories. But also, has everyone just kind of forgotten how it works when you bend over? Or do they think that she just got stabbed before she picked up the book? She gets stabbed and then like reach out for the book and go, oh no, I will get this book before I bleh.
Your theory, my learned friend, is history.
It's giving me a headache. It's giving me a headache. Oh. Hey, I hate peeps. If a theory has even more excuses, it cannot stand. Watching game theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. How you going, bud? Haven't seen you in a while. It was so close. I can see the truth. The truth is right there, bud. It's still there. I was so sure we were on the right track. We are on the right track. Just think about how people look when they're bending over like you are right now. But now the way has been blocked completely by just one simple inconsistency that can't be made consistent by saying literally one thing. Or in other words, we simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency and the theory will stand. Miss Susato. You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all. And your mind went blank. But if the path you are on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. What is...
What is this word? What? The key to this in the court is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is there. It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Give me a fucking minute. Give me a minute, you drunk ass motherfucking stupid piece of fuck ass. Well, your silence speaks volumes. As you think to yourself, you must tell everyone what you are thinking at all times so that there is no silence. A tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed. I don't know, bro. That sounds kind of rapey. Oh my god. That bent up his butt. This inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. It means I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. The truth of people bending over to pick up things. It's a test. It's a test. Yes. If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way it could have hit her in the middle of the back. Under normal circumstances, that is. What are you implying? You know that piece of evidence that everyone just fucking forgot about immediately? Counsel! There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife fell from above. The knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the answer. Goodness. Utter madness. Surely this must be the last time. Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak. This last inconsistency in the final piece of the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. The evidence that explains how the falling knife became lodged in the victim's back is same. Already spent too much chances fucking around. It's either the print or the book. Like, it's either one of these, and I'm gonna go with the photo.
Take that!
Oh, the music stopped, I'm right. This, the fourth book found at the scene, is the final piece of evidence the defense will present. The burnt book. Is that not Mr. Garadev's book? Yes, and under this, its significant. And to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the scene in the first place. Oh, so I guess I could have presented the book or the photo, and they would have accepted either of them. This photographic print clearly shows the book in question. And the victim is holding it in her hand. No, I picked the right thing. Never mind. But as we all now know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that. Quite so. Everyone forgot the testimony completely. As part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene, to the opposite side of the road. We completely forgot the part where he said that he left it in her hands because that's how it was found. That's true. However, as part of his testimony, Constable Beat made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. What made you place the book in the victim's hand?
Oh, well, sir, that was because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So when we moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
Good job. In other words, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly, that must have been before she suffered the knife wound.
Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she'd have been doing much of anything.
So the question becomes, why did the victim have that book in her hand? By Jingo. What, Jingo? I think I am beginning to understand what may have happened now. Oh dearie me. Yeah, you gonna throw the other bottle out, huh, bud? You gonna throw out your other bottle of vintage? Your fucking goon bottle, huh?
We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Garradeb household onto the pavement below, at precisely the moment that the victim was walking past.
Yes, at exactly that moment. The young woman was walking along the street in the light fog, when all of a sudden, a book fell right in front of her. The book I threw. Yes, Mrs. Garradeb. And what do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement? Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down and picked up the book. Yes, that's exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book. Oh heavens! And when the woman reached down to pick up the fallen book, what position would her back have been in? That's right, facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book, the next object fell from the room above, the jackknife, straight in the middle of her back. And at the same time, walking by chance directly behind Miss Green, was the defendant, Mrs. Soseki Natsume.
Well, I never...
It appeared to Mr. Natsume that a woman simply collapsed on the floor. In the dark and the fog, he didn't see the knife falling on her from above. Ah!
And from the other direction, the constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and the apparent attacker. So there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place.
No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident. And that is the real truth behind this case. Do it. Throw your bottle. Throw your bottle. Throw it. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garradeb? The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions. I wondered if it perhaps might have been something like that.
There, old bean.
Poor Mrs. Garradeb and her fiery rage. How could this happen to her and her domestic abuse? Of course I never meant anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it?
Yes, and you're going to jail. You should go to jail. Straight to jail.
I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well.
Thanks.
John, dear.
It's alright. I know.
I'm ever so sorry. My goodness. Truly, I'm sorry.
And she faints. Why would you show up to court in that? With a hole in your butt. Lord Van Zex, what news of Mrs. Garadeb?
She has been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today's events had left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There's no cause for concern.
Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions.
There is some good news, however, my lord. I have just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated.
Van Zek's gonna kill him? Yeah, he's gonna kill everyone. Mr. Natsume, dead. Garadeb's dead. The judge, dead. All of the jurors, dead.
Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctor believes she will regain consciousness soon.
It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we've never once met her.
It's because she's in a coma.
How wonderful. The woman is out of danger, it seems. Yes, that is good news.
Meow. So, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Yes.
On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture, and have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies and $10 million. The
juror can't be dead because we need
them for the next trial. Yeah, we have a limited budget on how many people we can have in this game.
No, it is me who should be begging your pardon.
I need that $10,000 more than a weak-ass apology.
Oh no, Mr. Natsume. That evening, even when the young woman just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion.
What conclusion, sir?
I was sure that the woman was dead. Yes, Oswald Beat said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she'd been killed too.
I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless.
It's been a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog. They're haunting me.
Poor Soseki-san. His imagination really has got the better of him.
Yes, poor man.
So when it happened, I thought the young woman had been taken by the fog spirits. I should never have dropped my books like that and ran away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police. Instead, I managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. I don't know, man. They kind of jumped at you. They kind of really jumped on you. And for that, I'm truly sorry. They're the ones that cause all these issues. This fucking court system and the fucking police. One could say that that's some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. We were befooled by this spirit and led to false conclusions. But thanks to Lord Vansax and to our young lawyer here from the east, that chain has now been broken and the spirit exorcised. Fucking okay, we play ghosts now. This is the 19th century. Of course we play ghosts. But like this fucking guy and Lord Fuckface do not get a thanks. They made this all worse. They made all of this difficult. I heartily commend you both. Oh. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Yes, my lord. In concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decisions regarding the defendant's culpability. Can we get thanks in a living wage? Yes, please. I've been a lawyer for like 4 days and I haven't been paid. Are you ready to present your findings to the court? As a foreman of this jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion. I do declare the truth can be extremely cruel at times. Well, didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure. Sitting in for the older being while she's out of action, you know. But I know what her decision would be. Why are you here? Does this mean I'll finally be able to get out of here and start work? It's about time. I say, I'll have a conquer of a story. Tell the grandchildren when I go home, won't I? I love you too, Long. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby demand your final decisions, and they all hit guilty. Mr. Foreman.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh, yay.
Very well, Mr. Soseki Natsume, I hereby pronounce you not guilty. He's gonna die. I still question fireworks indoors. And finally, Mr. Natsume. Oh, yes, Lord, sir. You are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture. And may you never again be brought before me. Oh, yes, sir. Of course. All my life, I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom ever again. Transported to tears. Thank you, counsel. Court is adjourned.
The judge is threatening to judge work.
Oh, locum.
Why do you mean low come? I'd be high income. Wait, I have no income. Wait, you mean me?
Of course. Is there another locum here?
Is there even one? I still don't know what that word means. Compared to the original locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, your name has become rather short, hasn't it? What's wrong with using my actual name?
Oh, at last, I'm free. I'm free. Joyful, joyous, jubilant, jubilation. Heady, hearty happiness, hurrah.
Oh, I'm pleased. Mr. Natsume is delighted. Would it be so hard to just say that then?
Locum, you did it. You saved me from the brink.
Well, what happened to the poor woman was in no way your fault after all. I'm just glad everyone can see it that now.
No, 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 not that. Lovely, loyal locum's lawyer.
Yes.
I mean, as I said before, I've just never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulder, I see foreigners, I see towering brick buildings. And from high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback.
Oh dear. I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume. Yeah, get over it, idiot.
But today, you locum lawyer gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind the baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the Bailey's roof, that is very unsafe, I bellowed, "Behold, the best barrister ever born!"
Well, that's very flattering. We're very pleased for you.
This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan.
An anecdote?
Is that what's to become of all of my hard work?
I'd prefer some money.
Ah, there you are, my dear fellows.
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
I rose later this morning.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you.
No.
No, it's not.
I see I am here not a moment too soon. A disaster has been averted, I am glad to say.
Oh.
The trial shall begin presently, Mrs. Naruhodo, and I wish you the very best of luck.
Does he think the trial hasn't even started?
Have to be happy he wasn't in the trial.
He might be in the next one. I have a very bad feeling. It's just finished.
What? No! Then my haste was in vain.
Ah! It's
you! Herlock Sholmes.
Oh?
We met, sir.
Oh, this is Mr. Natsume, the man you arrested, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom. Either of your bleak lodgings
or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light. Charming. This is all your fault, Sherlock Holmes. You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My apologies, sir, but I do assure you I have placed you now. You're the fellow that abandoned that poor lady and ran off, are you not? Had she been taken to the hospital more urgently, I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now. Oh. But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. Such a piece of work. Fucking hell, dude. Oh, I hate him. I hate him. We are but human after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience. I do feel badly about how I behaved. Well, never mind. Nothing. What was it you wanted to say to me, sir? Nothing. Priceless. Oh, I'm sorry, really, but that was quite priceless. Also, Seki-san, don't worry, I'll throttle him for you. Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty. There is no bright side. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume? Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits, and now by the Reaper. Ah, Lord Van Zax. I have forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means. Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed. It will be alright, Mr. Natsume. If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I will protect you. Hey, yeah, why me? With a perfectly executed Susato takedown. Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Miss Susato. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan? Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon. Oh. It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I've visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here and the city it has shaped. And I've come to realize that it is my calling to sail home and tell my fellow countrymen about it. That's very touching, Mr. Natsume. Or, in perhaps less veiled terms, you wish to withdraw halfway around the world to escape the terror of the Reaper's curse. That's not it at all. The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own. Oh, I see. A work of literature by Soseki-san. That could be an interesting read. And what about Miss Susato and yourself, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry, what about us? Will you return to Japan alongside your mustached compatriot? Why would we? A week has not yet passed since we arrived in London. Please, I need to sleep. Please give me a break. And only now does it feel as though we have finally found our feet. And you are accommodated in that hotel at present, are you not? That's right, but we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us. I've calculated we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted. Well then, you could take my lodgings. Oh, the windowless room? But what it lacks in windows, it more than makes up for with a floor, a ceiling, and walls. Great. And of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the accursed evil spirit. Oh my, an evil spirit? Oh yes. It tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call. Is it the cat? Is it the cat? He's talking about the cat that's in his fucking apartment. We'll think about it if that's alright. Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative. Would you consider taking lodgings with me and my strange 10-year-old who lives with me and shares my rent and is completely not a weird dynamic at all? Really? Huh. A vacancy has conveniently presented itself. Though it is up in the attic, I might add. Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft? I spoke with the landlady this morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of? Oh, this is simply wonderful. What an honor to be invited to take lodgings in the great detective's office's attic. I'm overcome for words. So suggesting we look elsewhere is out then. Yes, I will invite this 38-year-old man will randomly house 2 teenagers and a 10-year-old. I'm sure I have to pay rent though. Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I insist. I don't know what to say, but thank you, and yes. Wonderful. I'll go complete the paperwork for your full release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long. Amazing. Divided by 5. Somebody's happy. Locum. I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London. Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon. Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But Locum, we'll meet again one day. Yes, I'm sure. And hopefully by then, I'll be a successful lawyer. Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author. Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, Mr. Sholmes. I have little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening. And so, with Soseki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode to Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home, 221B Baker Street. It's a very spacious attic. The attic room. This is... So this is to be our new office. Yes. Our office? I rather like the sound of that. Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it? I hope you can see this, Kazuma. It's only a small step, but I'd like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now. So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, yes, thank you so much. He still looks like a dickhead. It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it. Good, I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you. I forgot what voice I gave her. Well. I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives. We have a lot to celebrate. Iris, you must let me help you. Alright then, Susie. You can be in charge of the salad. Splendid. Good stuff. We got salad. So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel? Have your own office in the capital. It's very exciting, actually. I can't help but wondering what adventures await us. Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the City of London, that is. Sorry? Dark truth is that we are in England. No, we can't be in England. No. London is a glorious place of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and truth. Ah, ye olde America. But the brightest of lights cast the darkest of shadows. Shadows? What do you mean? Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already. So once again, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London. But the police are corrupt, and people are dumb, and Everyone commits perjury. Of course, at the time, I had no idea of the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came to lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lay behind it. Yay! We finished it! Why can't I clap? Clap. Thing does not like me clapping. Ah, the adventure of the unspeakable story. What the fuck does that mean? Next chapter. Hound of the Baskervilles.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry.
Oh my god, it's
pierced
coming.
through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Wow. Are we taking a dog to court? Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki's son's terrible ordeal that followed closely behind, we emerged victorious. However, there then came to be an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course. There's no rule in law that states a dog can't be a lawyer. Considering I question everyone's qualifications, I wouldn't be surprised if I had to fight a dog in court. Since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. I feel like if you managed to beat the Reaper of the Bailey twice, you'd get some sort of acclaim that would bring customers to you, right? That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. The mess. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down and see Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes! Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are filled, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Fighting fit form. Let me see, what case is it today? Here we go again. She puts cases inside of her. Can I be bothered? Can I be bothered examining my own room? Go on. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! No, you mustn't look at that under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous sometimes. At times. Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, so my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Yeah, but you're dumb. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones too. What? How? It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Okay. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great, though, is it? So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, so. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Oh, would you like some tea, Miss Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. The green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is a paradise for a tea lover. Yay, I love tea. Green tea is such wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? Yeah, I could see that. That it? That it? That everything? Yes? No? Cool. Do you know, I've never seen this inside of your room there, Susato-san. I've never even peeped inside. Good job. Well done. Respecting privacy. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. I will present to you this. Take that. It means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish his armband so, and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it's important to me. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength. Through Kazuma.
I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. Is there gonna be a trial when I lose it? But just the other day I noticed you were wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. Let's move. We take a carriage. We're taking a carriage to the suite down below. Okay. Let me just check. Okay. Morning, Renee. Morning, Susie. Oh god, what is that violin? Ah, it's killing me. Good morning, Iris. Iris. What is it, Renee? It's that terrible noise. It sounds like a cat being strangled. Yes. You noticed that, did you? Cease this. Helly isn't in the best of forms this morning, it seems. He's hitting. Hello. Hello, Mr. Shops. Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. Something happened, Mr. Shops? I think it's rent day. Yeah. It's rent day, and he needs to liquidate all of his assets. You look miserable, and the way you were playing that violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. This damned blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. He's becoming Natsume. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me. If it's not too much trouble. Meow. Cat. You're so cute. Oh, you got a little bow tie. Ah. Wagahai. They called him Wagahai. Oh look, it's Wagahai. I'm pretty sure that's a really old way of saying I in Japanese. Oh. Wait, what? Yeah. It's a really old way of saying I or myself. Lapras use that to word to call herself, yeah. It's Wagahai is like ware.
which then moved into like it's arrogant. That's what they say. It's an arrogant way of addressing yourself because it makes you sound very important. So perfect for a cat. Good morning, boy. There must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. How did it get there? You build it there? Well, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris.
It would indeed be a fine day to die.
Bert, get a grip. I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Shom's desk. It's his funny whatever thing. His mystery machine. Wanting to die. Missing machine. I'm gonna talk about it's the machine. Mr. Sholmes, I do like the pry, but your desk looks rather empty today.
Well done, Mr. Satur. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours.
You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great antilithoscope? It's at Windy Banks now. Sorry? It's at a Windy Bank? No, Windy Banks. The pawnbrokery. He really did have to make rent. He had to sell it. What? You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I would have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the prawn broker has your wonderful machine. How could it be anything but desperate?
Making use of the pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
No. What's that understand exactly? Yes, tell me about this sub-economy of yours. What did you mean when you said we don't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Banks?
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they're able to trade happily through the week.
And then, on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they have earned. That sounds really weird. Is that normal?
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see. Especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. I should try something with her voice. Need bright, bubbly, like a, I'll give her a Valial accent. That'll be kind of weird. I can't do the Essex one properly though. So, whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windybanks, you see. A pawnbroker could be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who'd have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain? Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you think, Hurley? They're depressed. What does it matter? Well, it's dead to me now. Alright, let's talk about you wanting to die. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hand, this violin sung like the dawn's chorus. Its melodic tones would make flowers bloom. It would? I reckon you will love the pawnbroker if it's what I think it is. Okay. Are they gonna need a really silly voice? But now the muses are unamused with me. The goddess of music has thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavoured to no avail. The sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure I'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddess of the arts are fickle. One day, they bestow genius on a man, the next, they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh dear. Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left? Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Okay. I think I might end the stream there. I'm actually really tired. I'm actually mega tired. Why is this not working? Give me the controller. Okay. We'll continue this next week. Tomorrow, I believe I have a collab. I didn't post about it. I forgot. I forgot to post about it. It's chill. Last trial was ahead. Yeah, it really was. It really took a lot out of me. I have actually been quite tired all day too. So tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I have a collab tomorrow with Cocky. We'll be playing We Were Here, which is a co-op puzzle game. And I think it'll be fun, assuming I don't give up from being stupid. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out. I appreciate you coming around and playing this with me, listening to me make silly voices. I will see you later. Love you. Have a good rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you are. And bye-bye.